Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 862nd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. As a lot of you will know, I have put a couple of old RTW battles on from 13 and 14 years ago. Okay, well this battle, get ready for this, is from 16 years ago and was played on the 31st of January 2008. Okay, so 31st of January 2008, and during the course of this battle I'm going to give you a little bit of history about RTW and the Brotherhood, which I hope you'll find interesting. And just to say, sadly in this battle there's 8 really good players, but only 1 player still plays today, and I think that's quite sad really. And remember that these battles pre-2013, 2014, we were playing on CD. Okay, so all of us here have got our CD, all of the players here have got their CDs loaded in the computer, and they're playing on the GameSpy server. Okay, so remember, it's not a Steam battle, this is a GameSpy battle, which is the original server that Rome Total War was built to be played on, and we're all playing from our CD version of RTW. Okay, so it's just to let you know that. And unfortunately some of these old battles, they show the battle results at the end, some don't. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Sid. Now Sid has got 5 archers, 11 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, 5 archers, 11 infantry, 4 cavalry. If you look at the upgrades on his infantry, you'll see he's got 7 upgrades: an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. As we know, that experience stripe really does make a difference in battle. My guess is, yeah, he's going to have 7 upgrades. Now this is the standard upgrades for Praetorian Cavalry: 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Now is that army much different from the army that you would see today on the 2024 Rome Total War battlefield, or do you think it's roughly the same? Their next teammate is Brotherhood member FF, the supplier of this battle. Now he's got 12 infantry, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. 12 infantry, 2 archers and 6 cavalry. And as I say here, it'll be interesting to see what you think if the armies are different. I'm thinking 7 upgrades on the cavalry again. There you are, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Now that was the standard upgrade on Roman cavalry at that time. I know a lot of cavalry these days just gold shield, gold attack, but having an experience stripe on the cavalry was important. And I think if you notice FS infantry, some of them have got just gold shield, gold attack on, and others have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So he's certainly got mixed upgrades through his infantry. Once again, is that a Roman army that's different from what you would see on the 2024 battlefield? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. It'd be interesting to see what you think. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member North. Now North has got 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. 11 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades there. I can see, I think on his infantry, just gold shield, gold attack. I'm guessing 7 upgrades on his cavalry again. There you go, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. As I say, that's a standard upgrades for Roman Praetorian cavalry at the time. So that's North's army there. And their last teammate is somebody called Shadow Mage, but has called themselves Shadow Commander. Now I'm going to explain to you a little bit about Shadow Commander later on. It's something to do with an internal tournament that the Brotherhood had in 2008, so I'll explain that to you. And Shadow Commander here has got 10 infantry, 3 archers and 6 cavalry. You'll see that the infantry have got an experience stripe on, gold shield, gold attack on those 10 infantry. And the cavalry, I'm guessing 7 upgrades again. There you are, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on the cavalry. Okay, but I'm going to explain a little bit more about Shadow Commander a little bit later on. Okay, so there's the Brotherhood team. Okay, and as I say, this battle was fought on the 31st of January 2008. And as you can see, it's an all-Roman army for the Brotherhood team. Okay, so as I said, I'll give you a little bit of information about Shadow Commander here. Now, Shadow Commander was actually Shadow Mage, and Shadow Mage had been in the Hell clan. And I spoke to Shadow Mage in the lobby and said if ever Shadow Mage wanted to leave the Hell clan, she would be welcome in the Brotherhood. And she left the Hell clan and joined the Brotherhood, and she is only the 2nd female player we have had in the Brotherhood clan, and her name was Shadow Mage. Okay, but the Brotherhood, we were just doing an internal 2v2 Rome v Rome tournament, and we had 8 teams of 2v2, so we had 16 Brotherhood members involved, but each team had to come up with a name for their team. You know, we thought that added a little bit more fun, you know, a little bit more something different there for every team to have a name. So of course Shadow Mage, his name was her name, and I'm Shadow Commander, and we teamed up. So what Shadow Mage suggested was her first name Shadow and my last name Commander. So our 2v2 tournament team was Shadow Commander. That was our name, our team's name, Shadow Commander. And as you can see, Shadow here was using that name even when we weren't in tournament battles there. And that's why her name there is Shadow Commander. That is our 2v2 internal Brotherhood tournament team name there. And so that's why you got Shadow Commander. And as I say, she was the second only female player we had in the Brotherhood, and she was a really great player. She was a really great player in the Hell clan, and when she joined the Brotherhood, she was she continued that skillful battle skill that she had when she joined the Brotherhood there. So yes. So that explains what the tournament was. It was 2008. We were about halfway through our 2v2 Brotherhood internal tournament there. And as I say, it was a bit of fun for all the teams there to put a name on their team. There were some really strange names like the Oompa Loompas and things like that. So there you are. So that's why Shadow Commander is called Shadow Commander, but it really is Shadow Mage. Now remember, when we were talking about the Brotherhood, we actually called it the Brotherhood and Sisterhood at the time to be kind of inclusive for Shadow Mage. And just a little word about Eth here, just to let you know that Eth joined the clan, joined our clan, and I think it was in 2009 possibly. He entered a CWB tournament. Now this is where there were hundreds of players in the lobby and really good, excellent players. And he entered it with another player. I can't remember the player that he entered it with. And they actually won this massive CWB tournament. And everybody was amazed that Eth, that was in a 30k, 31k clan, could win a 15k CWB tournament. But he was really good, as say, at both CWB and 31k. So really well done to Eth there to win a 2v2 CWB tournament in maybe 2009, 2010, when there were literally hundreds of really great players in the lobby. That was really good. Also, Eth was the youngest player ever to join the Brotherhood. The youngest age we allow people to join is 16. But Eth had proven to be such a good player and really mature as well for his age that I was a recruiter. I've been a Brotherhood recruiter since 2007, and I approached the Senate and asked if Eth could join at 15, and they unanimously agreed, and all the Brotherhood agreed as well. So they were up. That's a little bit of history about the 2v2 tournament we had, and about the history of Eth too. And here is the others team. We have Queen CCCCC. Now I think actually Queen is wearing the King's clan tags there, I think. Anyway, Queen's got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Do you remember in modern battles I often talk about the bog standard 31k Roman army, and there you are in 2008. You can see there that Queen is using an eagle unit as a general. Okay, as I say, you don't see that very often these days, do you? See the eagle unit as a general, but 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, bog standard 31k Roman army. Their next teammate is Antigua, I think you pronounce it Saxman. He has also got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry, 6 cavalry, and Saxman actually went on to join the Brotherhood a few more years time there. And as you can see, he's got an eagle unit as part of his Pilar Shield unit there. Okay, so that's going to give extra morale boost to his army. And if you notice there, he's got another Eagle unit there as well. So there it goes to show Saxman understands morale, how important it is in 2008, and he's using his general there as Praetorian cavalry unit, so he can take the cavalry around the battlefield fighting with the general morale bonus for those cavalry units, knowing that he's got a couple of Eagle units there to boost the morale of his infantry. So that is quite that's a pretty good advanced army, I think, there for 2008. Their next teammate is King's Marcus. Okay, so King Marcus has got 12 infantry, 2 archers, and 4 cavalry. Okay, if you look at his infantry there, he usually bought good infantry, 7 upgrades, look, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his infantry. Remember, that experience stripe really does make a difference there. You can see all through his infantry, 7 upgrades. And I'm thinking his cavalry probably got 7 upgrades as well. An experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's King Marcus's army there. And their last teammate is a Bujin. There, we used to call him Bujin. He's got a longer name than that, but we used to call him Bujin only. And he was 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 12 infantry and 6 cavalry there for Bujin. Okay, he was a good player of his time, a very good player of his time there. If you notice, can you see his general unit there? Okay, fully upgraded, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack for his general unit there. Okay, you don't see that very often these days, do you? The general unit being maximum upgraded. And his cavalry, once again, has got 7 upgrades on, the standard upgrades for Praetorian cavalry in those days. And there you go. So there's the enemy team there. I just want to have a look at the pilot shield units. Now, can you see that's a reasonable pilot shield unit in front of his main battle formation there, isn't it? That's, you know, you might see that type of formation on a modern day battlefield there. Here, though, can you see no pilot shield units in open order in front of the main battle formation there? Now, whether he's going to open those 2 units at the front, we'll just have to see. Over here, really good pilot shield units again there for Saxman. Look, as I say, I think that's quite an advanced army for 2008. And over here, once again, no pilot shield unit at the front of the main battle formation. As I say, I don't know whether Queen would open those units up during the course of the battle. We'll just have to wait and see. Notice it's a Rome v Rome battle here. At this stage of the battle, I thought you'd have a look at Shadow Commander or Shadow Mage's battle formation here. Now, she copied my battle formation at this time in 2008. This battle formation that she's got here is exactly the same as my battle formation was that I was fighting in 2008. As I say, notice the infantry have all got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, but just look at this old school, old-fashioned, out-of-date battle formation there. Can you see how shallow it is? A massive cavalry attack that could probably smash straight through the middle of that. But this is the battle formation that Shadow Mage and myself were using in the 2v2 tournament, fighting side by side using this battle formation there, which I thought was quite interesting. And where you can see north there, and you can see Eth there in thicker formation. Can you see how their formations are more in depth? I think if you look at all 3 of the other armies in this battle, the battle formations there, you'll see that all their formations were quite in depth in comparison to ours. As I say, ours was like kind of wide, but very shallow. You know, you can see there's no depth to that battle formation, and as I say, a massive cavalry hit there could smash straight through it. And that's what you know, that's what we that's the battle formation we fought with. Also, just to give you a heads up on this, I had a job at this time where I started at 4:30 in the morning and finished at lunchtime. Okay, and Shadow Mage, who's Shadow Commander here, and North and myself used to meet up on RTW during the week at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, and we play from 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock every afternoon. Shadow Mage, his partner, was also an RTW player called Rogue Trooper, and that was his name, Rogue Trooper. But of course he was at work during the day. But Shadow Mage and North, as North used to work nights, So he used to be available in the afternoon. So and remember, at this time, 2008, RTW was packed with players. Anytime you went onto RTW, the lobby was absolutely full of players. So as I say, Shadow Mage, North and myself used to meet on RTW at 2 o'clock every afternoon and play till about 5ish. Against all the players that were in the lobby there. And we used to have some really great battles, and then of course we went on in the evenings as well. We were really addicted to the game at that time. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd show you something that you might find quite funny from 2008. Can you see that both teams have formed up here? Okay, you can see both teams have formed up, but look at the massive gap between the teams. Now, can you think of any reason why the teams would form up all together nice and tight like that and not advance on each other? Okay, so this I probably think you'll find this quite funny, and that is that in the early days of Rome Total War, it was believed that if you attacked, you'd lose. Yeah, if you were the attacking team, you would definitely lose. And that's why you can see here, and I fast forward through this to get to the actual fighting bit. But for a long time, both teams were just stood apart from each other with this massive gap in between us, because both teams believed that the first team that attacked would lose. And I can guarantee that both teams are saying to each other, come on, attack us, we're waiting for you. And the other team would be saying something along the lines of, oh, whoever attacks first will definitely lose. Okay, so after a long time of both teams looking at each other, both teams finally advanced towards each other here. You'll see them taking their archers out here to start the archer war. As they did there, you can see the enemy have bought the cheap Roman archers there, not the auxiliary archers there. You'll see the difference here. Can you see you've got the cheap archers there? The Roman archers, as I say, that's the medium range archers there. I think a lot of people bought those because they could then have more money to spend on their more elite units there. But here you'll see Saxman advancing here. Okay, Saxman was always a good tactical player, even in the early days of Rome Total War. And as I say, when we looked at his army earlier, I think he had quite an advanced army for 2008. With those 2 Eagle units, and he understood the importance of morale in armies, even in the early days of Rome Total War. There, can you see him taking that Eagle unit forward there? 120-man Eagle unit, and exchange pilots there with the forward units of North's army there. Also, you've got some archers in there as well, of some SPQR archers in there. But you can see there's a bit of pilot exchanging going on there between Saxman and North's forward infantry units there. The pilot shield units. Here you can see them going in. Unusual to have an Eagle unit as a pilot shield unit. You don't see that often today. And as I say, you can see the enemy army starting to move a little bit more towards the Brotherhood army there. Now over here on the left flank, you'll see Brotherhood member Sid is there. Now Sid was always an aggressive attacking player. In fact, his war cry was charge, and he very often just used to charge forward. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but I wonder what he'll do in this battle. As I say, Saxman there with his Scipii army. Remember, the enemy are the blue Scipii and the red Julii. Okay, so the blue Scipii and the red Julii are the enemy. The purple SPQR and the green Brutii are the Brotherhood team there. Okay. So as I say, you can see there's been a bit of pilot exchange in there between the forward units of Saxman and the forward units of North there, Brotherhood member North. And there's still pilot exchanging going on there as well. As I say, the Eagle units are not as tough as urban cohort units, so there are 120 men in those units, but they will lose troops more from missiles than an urban cohort unit would. Okay, can you see the enemy have got cavalry lined up behind their infantry and a good distance away so that archer fire can't get to their cavalry there? You can see once again Saxman had pulled that Eagle unit back and is now advancing those 2 urban cohort units forward. He pulled that Eagle unit back, so he's got 2 Eagle units within his infantry, so that's 2 lots of morale boosting units there as he moves these 2 let's say urban cohort units forward there. As I say, Saxman was really a good tactical player, and we were really pleased when he joined the Brotherhood. I can't remember what year he joined us, but later on in his career he did join the Brotherhood there. And over here, as I say, on our left flank, you'll see that Sid here is facing Bujin, I think. You see Sid's got a unit there in close tight formation, not in open order. Remember, we have units in open order because they suffer less casualties from missiles than units in tight close formation there. So make no mistake, Sid's going to lose a lot of troops in that close tight infantry unit there at the front of his battle formation. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see a lot of archers here. There's the archer auxilia, the more elite archers than the Roman archers there, and they'll be targeting the enemy team. Of course, they'll be trying to target the enemy archers, but also they'll be shooting into the flank of enemy troops as well. Okay, so the Brotherhood team, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, have got something like about 11 or 12 archers in their team. And the enemy team, I believe, have only got, say, 2 archer units, I think, here. So the Brotherhood have got a lot more archers there than the enemy team. Be interested to see how they use them. As I say, can you see that both teams still a little bit reluctant to attack? It's still that mentality of whoever attacks first loses. And a lot of players did think that in the early days of Rome Total War. Right, so there you can see Saxman attacking there with those couple of units there. And as I say, everybody's very reluctant to move forward because, as I say, and you can hear, do you reckon that this Julii army could do a flanking action here? Around, you know, just around Shadow Commander's flank, or do you think that Bujin could do a flanking action around Sid's flank here? Now in 2024, this is to be something that we would be looking at, isn't it? And they may well do it now in 2008, but the main part of the battles in those days was just to try and smash through the barricaded front door, if you see what I mean, rather than be subtle with your tactics and strategies. Right, can you see Bujin here has put his unit into Testudo and is going to move forward. Now he may well try and penetrate Sid's line there. Okay, now if you look at this unit in Testudo, a real Testudo there is what the Romans used back in the day, and you can see them completely covered there from the sides, the flank and the front from any missiles coming in. And look how that unit is penetrating Sid's forward line there. Can you see how it's penetrating through there in that Testudo formation? So I thought that was a nice nice move there for 2008. That's a pretty good move there, to be honest with you. And there you can see Bujin coming forward. I remember that Bujin was rated as quite a good player at the time. Right, can you see Sid here looking like he's going to charge that cavalry unit into that attacking unit there? If he does that though, he could lose a lot of cavalry from pilot strikes there. I can see the enemy team are throwing in pilots there. So you can see Sid continuing, as I say, very aggressive player Sid. There he charges cavalry, and he would have lost a lot of cavalry from pilot strikes, and then he's going to be counter-attacked by Bujin's cavalry, and bang! As Bujin cavalry going, you can see Eth being the good teammate that he is, bringing his cavalry over here to help Sid there. But as I say, maybe this left flank of the Brotherhood team could be the place that the battle actually kicks off here. As I say, Bujin, very good player for his time, facing Sid, so this could be a real scrap here on the Brotherhood's left flank. You notice here, but do you think that today, just as a thought here, do you think that those infantry units and that cavalry would possibly move around the flank here in threatening and a flanking action? Is that something that you think would happen today? Maybe it's going to happen in this battle, but I think that'd be something that we would be looking at, isn't it? Maybe looking to flank there rather than trying to attack head on and trying to break down that barricaded front door that we've seen in other older battles there. Okay, so as I say, you can see Saxman here attacking North's forward units there, and you can still see the archers are the Brotherhood team's archers there targeting enemy units, probably looking to try and get them in the flank if they can. And here you can see FF and Sid cavalry both smashing into Bujin's infantry now, and bang as they smash in there. Can you see Bujin counter-attacking with his cavalry now? Look, and bang! Notice that Bujin's cavalry was not in wedge formation, it just came in normal formation there. Maybe today we would put our cavalry into wedge formation before we attacked. And there, can you see how Bujin may be looking to do a flanking action here? Can you see how he's brought some infantry on the flank wide round there? He may well be looking to do a flanking action. As I say, it's quite fun looking at the tactics and strategies that the teams were using in 2008. I hope you're enjoying it as well. So as I say, it'd be interesting if Bujin is going to do a flanking action here. He's got cavalry there as well. You can see there that cavalry moving forward there. But you can see, as I say, FF always been a good player. He's got his cavalry over there to support Sid. You can see a lot of Sid's cavalry have been very, very battle depleted, and he's charging into Bujin's cavalry there. Look, and bang! And he smashes in there with his battle depleted cavalry. Now, unfortunately, Sid could lose all of his cavalry here because Bujin's now going to put all his cavalry in, and Bujin's cavalry was a lot less battle damaged than Sid's. You can see Bujin's infantry there, definitely to me looking like he's going to try and get into the flank of Sid's infantry. FF here looks like he's going to counter-attack with his cavalry. Notice he's got his cavalry in wedge formation. Over here, can you see that Shadow Commander is now moving her army over to the other flank? Remember the Queen there was over here on this flank, and Shadow Commander was facing Queen, and now Queen's moved over to the other flank, so Shadow Commander is going to shadow Queen's army there and take her army over there, as I say, to shadow the Julia army of Queen, which means leaving North's Green Brutia army here to face the Scipii army there of Saxman. So watch out for this flank, because there could be a real problem there for the Brotherhood team on that flank. Right over here, as I said, you can see Sid's cavalry there being routed. What's left of Sid's cavalry being routed. You can see Sid's brought some of his infantry over there as well to try and shore up the left part of his flank. Let's pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see FF's infantry there, left enough infantry to hold his place in the battle line against King Marcus, but he's brought reinforcements over here to support Sid on the flank. As I say, great teamwork there by FF, but just look at the enemy team there, ready to attack. Now, F's also got his cavalry in there as well to support if needed, but you can see the enemy team there looking to, I think, attack the left flank of the Brotherhood, but also over here on the right flank. Here you'll see Saxman moving his cavalry around there, maybe looking to get round a little bit more on the flank to charge into engaged Brutii infantry of North's there. So I say, but something going on both flanks here in this January the 31st, 2008 Rome Total War battle. Right, so that's all of Sid's cavalry has just been taken out. And you can see Bujin charging in again. Look, Bujin looking quite aggressive there. Looks like he's charging into FS cavalry as well. Bujin may well throw infantry in there as well here. As I say, our left flank here looking like this is where the hammer blow could fall the hardest for the enemy team here, charging into the Brotherhood's left flank. I say FF's doing everything he can to support Sid. Meanwhile, over here on the right flank, you will see that you've got Shadow Commander's cavalry and Norse cavalry there. Remember, we are the green and the purple. We're the green Brutii. The Brotherhood team are the green Brutii and the purple SBQR units there. Okay? And over here, as I say, on the left flank, FF is supporting Sid really well there, trying to hold this left flank here. But you can see how the enemy of, the disposition of the enemy units here, looking to me like they want to try and take out the Brotherhood's left flank here. You can see, say, Eth and Sid there working together here on this left flank. I don't know how many infantry Sid has got left. He got one unit there with 62 men in. Then you got Eth's infantry. I've got a feeling Sid might have moved his units further up into the centre there to try and help Eth there. If we look, there you are, look, Sid's put units further up into the centre there in front of Eth's infantry. Without that infantry may well have been better here on the left flank. I don't know what all of you are thinking there, but our left flank, the Brotherhood left flank here, definitely looks like, as I say, the hammer blow is going to fall the hardest here on the Brotherhood left flank. That's what it looks like to me. But you can see that we've got cavalry support there. Now over here, don't forget, North, Brotherhood member North is the green Brutii, and he's up against Saxman's blue Scipii troops. As I say, you've got Shadow Mage there, archers, and you've got Shadow Mage's cavalry backing up North there as well. So as I say here, on both flanks, isn't it surprising that on both flanks there, the enemy team look to be quite aggressive. And as I say, Queen's moved all her cavalry over to this flank, plus some infantry units as well. As I say, it looks to me like the enemy going to make a concerted effort here on the Brotherhood's left flank. Right, can you see that Julii cavalry running forward there? Looked to me like it was going to charge into FS cavalry, and then the Queen commander there decided to pull the cavalry back. But here you can see they've turned our left flank. Okay, you can see they've turned our left flank, and they're coming in from the left, infantry and cavalry as well. So as I say, they could look to roll us out from left to right here. The Brotherhood team could be rolled out from left to right. Uh-oh, here comes a cavalry charge, and bang! As North's cavalry smashes into the enemy Scipio troops. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden the right flank of the Brotherhood team here looks like it's become very hot all of a sudden there. You can see Shadow Commander there charging her cavalry in as well. And you can see that cavalry charging in there, and bang! As it smashes in there. A nice support there by Shadow Commander, or Shadow Mage is her proper name, but as I say, her tournament name is Shadow Commander. And you can see they're really trying to help out North against this massive attack here by, I believe, Saxman and Marcus. Marcus's blue Scipio troops are involved in there as well. They were, I can see them coming in. It appears to me that the Brotherhood flanks are both being attacked together here. Good tactical move by the enemy team. Can North and Shadow Mage hold here against Saxman and Marcus? It'll be interesting to see. But as I say, both the Brotherhood flanks are being attacked simultaneously. And as I say, not a lot going on in the centre at the moment. But Eth has really reduced the troops he's got there in the centre to support the flanks there. The enemy may well see that and try and smash through Eth's infantry. You can see here Shadow Mage here, Shadow Commander, has moved her army over to that flank to try and help over there. But over on our right flank here, on the Brotherhood right flank here, you can see very aggressive attacks here by the enemy troops. Unfortunately, I can see North has lost a lot of his troops here. And you can see Saxman moving his cavalry round there to hit him from a different angle. Right, here comes Shadow Commander's cavalry. Looks like they're going to smash in to the enemy troops. And you can see Eth charging his cavalry in as well. Bang! And get ready for this one. Bang! As they smash in there. The great cavalry attacks there by Eth and Shadow Commander there to help out North. Look how they routed so many of the enemy troops. But can you see the enemy troops are charging in with their own cavalry? Look, and bang! As that charges in there, and you've got Julio troops over there as well. Oh my gosh, this right flank of the Brotherhood here could be in a really bad situation there. You can see, nice move here by Saxman. I'm just going to pause the game for a second here. In 2008, nice move by Saxman. Moved a couple of his infantry units in behind North to charge in behind him there. Nice move there by Saxman. Maybe going for the general. Can you see North's general there looking a little bit exposed to enemy attacks? Oh my gosh, so lots of things going on the right flank. Oh my gosh, the centre of the Brotherhood line is now being attacked. And if you look there, the Brotherhood line in that area is weak, is quite weak there, and the enemy could punch a hole through the Brotherhood battle line there. But over here on the left flank, can you see the enemy here really still trying to break the left flank of the Brotherhood as well as the right flank of the Brotherhood there. You can see here there's a massive battle going on in the centre. As I say, Sid needs to watch his general there. You know, the enemy, make no mistake, will be looking at his general, looking to attack that, take the general morale bonus away from Sid's army. But as I say, over here on the right flank, north, with the help of Shadow Commander's cavalry and FF's cavalry there, is just about managing to hold. But look at the enemy numbers there. Remember, we're green and purple. Okay, we're green and purple. The enemy are the red and blue. The enemy are the Scipii and the Julii there. Okay, and you can see them really pushing in there. They've got reinforcements they can bring in there as well. And as I say, isn't it unusual to have both flanks attacked at the same time? Great tactical move there for the enemy team. I think, you know, for a 2008 battle, the tactics and strategies in this game is, you know, pretty good, really, I think, for the early years of Rome Total War. Oh my gosh, bad news for the Brotherhood team. Can you see what the bad news is? The centre has been broken. Okay, the Brotherhood team's centre has been broken now. Can you see you've got North over on the right, and you've got his allies over there on the left, but the centre itself of the Brotherhood battle line has been broken. And the enemy troops there, look, could pour through that gap there and either attack North on the right. They could bring all those troops through the centre, finish off North on the right maybe, or come through the centre and attack the rear of Shadow Mage's army there. Things, as I say, things not looking very good for the Brotherhood team at the moment. Okay, meanwhile over here you can see Queen using that cavalry there, running around attacking our archers and things like that. I'm guessing that the Brotherhood archers are probably out of arrows now, and they're alt attacking them at this stage. But there you can see FF charging his cavalry and probably going for that Scipii general. Can you see the Scipii general there? But over here, oh my gosh, North has got one unit left on the Brotherhood right flank there. Can you see he's got one unit left? FF there, make no mistake, he tried to take out that enemy Scipii general there with his cavalry, but the right flank here looks like it's just about going to break. The Brotherhood right flank going to break. You can see the Brotherhood centre has broken completely now, and only the left flank of the Brotherhood is now managing to hold. Oh my gosh. So Shadow Commander's army there, she moved over earlier to shadow the enemy Julii army there, is the main thing that's holding here against all these enemy troops charging in there. And bang! As that cavalry unit, that Julii cavalry unit smashes in there. Oh my gosh.
Allies have lost their leader.
So you can see here, remember the Brotherhood team are the purple SBQR troops. The red Julii and the blue Scipii are the enemy troops there. Okay, so just at a glance you can see what's going on. Oh my gosh. Just look at the attack going in here now on Shadow Commander's SBQR army there. And look at the reserve, those Julii reserve units that are fresh and pretty full there, ready to attack. There's still some units of Sid has got left, but I think all of North's Brutii troops have now been taken out. So all of North's army there, Brotherhood member North's army, has now been taken out. Okay, so that's really bad news for us on that flank. And you can see the enemy really pushing in here. Oh my gosh, that's good news for us. We've routed the Scipii. King Marcus's general's been routed there, so they've lost a general morale bonus. That's good news for us. Can you see that the Queen has brought that general unit close into the battle there to give morale bonus to the fighting troops there? As I say, Shadow Commander here is holding firm with that old school battle formation there. But you can see a lot of enemy troops coming in there on the flank of that battle formation there. Battlefield awareness is not that great on these early battles here, as you will see. You'll see a lot of units that are just stood around the battlefield if you look closely, where people are really concentrating on the actual battle. There's a Julii cavalry unit going like a bang, smashing the back of one of... But see that experience strike in that army of Shadow Commanders there, helping it fight longer. Oh, that's a good news. That's another Scipii general's just been routed. That's good news. You can see FF keeping his general there, give him a morale bonus there. But as I say, battlefield awareness is not that great in these early games. You'll see a lot of enemy units stood around, not being used there, where people are just concentrating on the actual battle itself. Right, that's a nice hit there, look, and bang! FF cavalry unit charged into the back of that enemy Julii unit there. That was a nice hit, and routed it as well. Really well done to FF there. But you can see here, this battle is going to go right down to the wire, I think, from what I can see here. Oh my gosh. Remember though, like we said earlier, these battles before, I think, 2013, 2014 were fought on CD on the GameSpy platform. So of course, playing them on Steam, sometimes you don't get the battle results at the end of the battles, like as we've seen before. So I hope this battle is going to go right to the end. We'll just have to see. But here you can see a lot of enemy troops pushing in onto Shadow Mage. You can see Shadow Mages come out of defense and is starting to attack. Right, as I say, battlefield awareness not that good in early battles. Can you see all these units just stood around here, you know, which they could be bringing into the battle and charging into the battle there, but they're just stood around there because the generals are concentrating so much on the actual fighting in the battle that they don't notice they've got units left around the battlefield. As I say, battlefield awareness, you know, has still got to evolve here from 2008. But you can see the Scipii archer shooting in to Shadow Commander's army there. But Shadow Commander's still holding well, even with that old-fashioned, old-school, out-of-date battle formation, still holding really well there. Got some units in behind the enemy team, attacking units in the rear there. Engaged enemy units in the rear. Shadow Mage's generals being attacked there as well by enemy troops. But can you see, as I say, a lot of enemy troops just stood around there. You can see Queen has now put her general there to attack there. That Eagle unit's attacking there. But as I say, you can see Shadow Mage here bringing units, as Sid's unit there, trying to get in behind the enemy team there. But as I say, remember the Brotherhood team are the purple here. The enemy are the red Julii and the blue Scipii here. Okay, as I say, Shadow Commander's general there is being aggressively attacked there. You can see there's a couple of Shadow Commander's units there that she could bring in there at any time to fight. But as I say, just look at the way this battle's going. It's a grinding down, real grinding down battle here. I just hope we're going to get the battle results at the end. As I say, with these very old battles fought on completely different platforms and fought from CDs, unfortunately on Steam the battle results don't sometimes come up. But this is such a close battle here. I hope we do see the end result of this battle. I think Shadow Commander here is doing really, really well. Her arm is still holding well against quite big, massive enemy attacks. You can see Marcus here, he kept his... Oh dear, that's a shame, isn't it? The battle replay is just finished. As I said, you know, playing on GameSpy from a CD. Unfortunately, when you play the battle replay back on Steam, sometimes the battle results are not shown, and this is a battle here. So unless FF can remember the outcome of this battle from 16 years ago, we're just going to have a look at a disposition of enemy and allied troops there and see what we think, who we think is going to win. You can see over here, this is where North's army, after a gallant hold, was taken out. All of his Brutii troops were taken out here by a combination of Sid and Marcus and Julii troops as well. As you move across the battlefield, you can see how intense the fighting was, just looking at the dead here. But yeah, that's what I'd like to ask you. We'll have a look at the general disposition of all the troops on the battlefield and see who you think would have gone on to win this battle. Now remember, Shadow Commander's got a couple of fresh units there. FF's got a unit out there as well. So remember that the Brotherhood team are the purple SPQR troops, and the enemy team are the red Julii and the blue Scipii. Now the Scipii troops have still got some troops out here, look. As I say, Saxman's concentrated so much on the actual fighting part of the battle, he hasn't noticed that he's still got troops he could bring into the fray. There's another unit they can bring into the fray as well. So if you look in general around the battlefield here, who do you think would have won this battle? As I say, when Eth watches this battle, he might well let us know who won. But just from us looking at it here, please put your thoughts in the comments about this battle in general. But who do you think would win this battle? Just looking at the general disposition of both teams here. As I say, remember the Brotherhood team are the purple SPQR. The enemy team are the blue Scipii and the red Julii. Okay, so just looking at that, I mean, to me, this battle is going to go right down to the wire here. It could genuinely go either way. And it's just a shame that the battle replay finished so early. But, you know, that's what happens when you show battles from before 2013 and 14, when the game spy servers were turned off. So remember, we're playing from CDs here on the old-fashioned game spy server, and we're showing the battle on Steam. So that's why the battle replay ended early. But please put your thoughts in the comments. It'd be great to see what you think about this battle.